Hello, welcome back to my channel. Hi, it's Friday. I'm feeling a bit foggy today. It's gonna be a migraine day, pretty sure. I just took a painkiller, so I'm hoping that that kind of kicks it. If not, I made sure to pack my migraine medication, like my prescription Nurtec. I only say that because I just got a refill of Nurtec this week from Walgreens, and I have like a stash, like a purse supply of my medications that I might need to reach for. Like I have some dairy pills that I literally never take. I always forget about. I don't really have like severe lactose intolerance. I feel like I only really struggle when I have like a lot of ice cream or something, which I'm not like a big ice cream person. I love sweets and I do eat ice cream, but I don't like turn to ice cream intuitively. But that's like the only time I'll be like, oh, my stomach hurts. Usually in like a noticeable sense. Don't know why I went on that tangent, but I have a bunch of like dairy pills. What's happening? I have a bunch of dairy pills. I have a bunch of painkiller, a bunch. I mean, there's like a small amount, like a 5 maybe. I also have some Benadryl packed for my fiance, not for myself, because that's usually his first line of defense when he has something he's allergic to, which doesn't happen often, thank goodness. But I had like my supply dwindled down to 1 because there's actually someone at work recently that was asking coworkers like, do you guys have any Benadryl? And I'm like, girl, I do. And so she actually took 2, and I'm like, are you gonna like collapse and fall asleep right in front of me? Scary. But she was like, fine, which is wild because those things put me to sleep, and they put Dan to sleep as well. Anyway, I also have I sometimes have a supply of my ADHD meds in there just in case, but I think I don't right now. I don't know. And then my migraine prescription meds, I've ran out from earlier this week, but then I got a refill at Walgreens and I put a couple of doses in the purse. So that's that on that. So yeah, I took a painkiller. I've had a cup of coffee. We'll see how that does me. Oh my gosh, I'm so sad about my hair. I curled it yesterday so it would look nice today, but then my walk this morning, Kyla didn't tell me it was raining. My dog, she didn't tell me. She was out there going potty before we started on our walk, and she didn't tell me it was raining, so now my hair is like messed up. But it's fine. It's okay. Let me show you the dog. Oh my gosh, I was just on a work call. I'll show you the dog in a second because this is relevant to that. I was just on a work call. So I'm a consultant registered dietitian nutritionist. If you're new here, I work for a company that like has, my brain is like really trying hard to decide how to word this because it doesn't make sense the way I was going to say it. There's like a bunch of dietitians that work for this company, right? And then the company has contracts with hospitals and whatever around like our area where we live, and they assign different contracts to different dietitians, and that's where I go to for work during the week. So my main places are like inpatient psychiatric, but like due to the nature of my job, I never see my coworkers or boss typically unless like we have a scheduled event or like we have crossover with some of our buildings or we're splitting something, or like I don't know, sometimes my boss will like drop in, mostly because we actually live very close. We live in the same city, so our buildings, there's more room for her to like just pop in and chat or like see how things are going or get a question answered, or like potentially us split a building kind of thing. Like there's a lot more room for that because we live so close. But yeah, you don't often see like the actual dietitians that you work with and work for in my job. But we had an annual review call with the boss that I don't see all the time. I have 2. So there's one that lives in the same place as me, the like owner of the company, and then my other boss. I forget exactly where she lives, but I only see her like at work events or when we've like had like like Zoom calls for like meetings for work or stuff. But we communicate, email, text, call. We had a call today for an annual review. So that went well, of course, because I'm amazing. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, that is kind of what she said, but like, not to toot my own horn, but I wanted to like wait and finish up that call before I left for work today. So I was just sitting on the couch petting my dog, and she was getting irritated because she's kind of touchy sometimes. Like she wants the loves and pets and attention, but whenever she like randomly seemingly decides that it's enough, it's enough. Like she's like, leave me alone, and she's out of there. But anyway, she was like giving me these crazy faces with her teeth and everything. You'll see. Well, I'll show you. She won't be making those faces now, but she's curled up, cute little ball. So we have this blanket. Well, it's actually 2 blankets on the couch because she uses it all the time. So it's kind of to protect the actual couch from her, like her claws and her fur and stuff. So that's, I don't think I explain that all the time when I'm like showing stuff. But anyway, here she is. So I was just like petting her, and like her derpy little husky teeth were like, okay, she's not gonna be derpy right now, but she was just being a lot. But yeah, she got rained on this morning, so she kind of smells like a wet dog a little bit. Oh, that's the last thing I need to do before I leave. I'm sorry, that spooked her. Look at that. Look at the Kyla. The last thing I need to do, I forgot, is apply perfume, because I've already packed my lunch and everything, and breakfast. I haven't eaten breakfast yet, but I need to pick what I want to wear perfume-wise. I'm like dying to wear this, okay? I'm dying to wear it, but I don't think today's the day. I think it's too perfumey, and since it's a migraine day, I'm gonna be extra scent sensitive. This is called From the Garden, and it smells like tomato leaves, and I love it. And I've been wanting to wear it so badly for like a couple of weeks now, and I've only worn it like once in the last couple of weeks. I want to wear it, but alas, I think I must wear something else. You know, I just wore this recently. It's Clean Reserve Rain, but it's like literally raining today. So it's like, I feel like, maybe I don't feel like, actually. What? This Clean Reserve Skin keeps like speaking to me. Maybe that's the one. Yep, that's the one. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna wear. I'm gonna wear Clean Reserve Skin, because the rain was not the vibe. Okay, the rain's not the vibe. And then I'm gonna go to work. I have 2 places to go. Again, mostly inpatient psychiatric. That's like my only place I've gone this week. Different inpatient psych hospitals. That's the only things I've provided coverage for. So I have one building where there's a few things going on. There's a few things, but we'll chat in the car in a sec because my arm's getting tired and I need to leave. Okay, before I go. This morning, I've just been insane, singing the Like Jenny, like Jenny. And it's making my fiance crazy because I wake up and I act like a lunatic right away. And I just wanted to share that with you. Okay, that's all. All right, somebody just got in the car next to me, so I don't think that I'm gonna be here very long, but okay, I just wanted to tell you what I'm expecting to do at work today. In general, I have to do my regular like clinical assessment stuff, so see if anybody has been referred, do some screenings to see if anyone should have been referred and was missed, meet with patients, etc. I also know that yesterday was a day that all of our long-term residents were weighed. So every single month I do a monthly weight review to see like if their status is changing, like if they're in different BMI categories or if they're gaining or losing weight, just kind of seeing if there's any risk going on to see if I need to further assess anybody. So if I have time, I'll be starting that. It's not due till the end of the month, but the earlier I get that knocked out, the better, of course. So those weights are in as of yesterday, so I'll, if I have time, review them today. I also have to meet with the HR person because I need to schedule getting my background check like done again, I suppose. I'm not sure. I feel like I literally just did that, and like schedule a fingerprinting thing for this site. Oh my gosh, there's dog fur all over me. I don't have a roller. Oh God, do I not have a roller for real? For real. Okay, cool. There's literally so much dog fur. I'm gonna show you. Look at this. What happened? I mean, this might be something else, but like, what is going on? And also, look at my sleeve. Can you see all the dog fur? What's happening? What? Anyway, I also want to make sure I go back and review. I did a kitchen walkthrough for like a sanitation inspection on Wednesday, and there were a lot of little things I kept finding, and I felt like I couldn't like organize my thoughts. So I'm gonna go back and review that and see if there's anything I needed to follow up on about my findings. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but whatever. It is what it is. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna get another cup of coffee because yikes. Okay, toodles. So this is the veggie chicken and this is the regular chicken. I wanted both. And they're both really good. She's really good. The veggies were fire. Fire, I tell you. Okay. I'll chat with you later.
Well, hello. I'm currently debating, do I go home or do I go to building number 2? I'm undecided because whenever I checked, there's not really anything significant or new at building number 2. However, it's been a while since I did indeed check. However, like, okay, they usually don't have very much work for me, so I think I just talked myself out of it. I'm not gonna arrive there until like dinner time. So like it's annoying. It's annoying. I think I do need to plan on going to that building first in the day just to really like make sure I can knock it out and like be there. I think that's gonna be an intention for next week. I think we're gonna work on that. Yes. However, let's chat about what I just finished. It was a wild time. I think I jinxed myself. I had just been like thinking for the last like week and a half straight how like light the workload here has been. Why did I think that and say that? Why did I do that? That was weird because today was not a light workload. Today was intense. So that was fun. It mixed it up. We mixed it up. So let's think. There were quite a few new admissions and referrals for me. I don't know, kind of a variety. We had food allergies, we had decreased appetite, we had disordered eating, we had BMI, we had a diabetic adult. Yeah. I don't know. Like, it feels like it was such a blur. Like, it felt like there were so many little things done today, and I don't remember any of them. But, yeah, somehow, for some reason, I still decided to go through and review the monthly weights that I mentioned, I think, as I was getting into the building, where it's like they weigh the kids and then I go and like make sure to look at them to see if they're trending with some weight gains or losses, or how their BMI is doing. Do the interventions they're ordered still make sense? That kind of stuff. So I did end up doing that. And in my mind, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna like make the bigger report. So I have it in a couple of different phases. So I go into, it's kind of annoying. I need to ask somebody if there's a better way to do this. But I've asked a few people and no one's known. And actually I showed somebody else how to do something similar and my way is stupid. But like, I need to, it is stupid. There's gotta be a better way. But I have to individually go into each patient's chart, like their electronic chart, and go to like a certain tab. And honestly, if I'm being very thorough, I'm supposed to go to that tab, go to like a subsection, and then like click on something, and like there's a few extra steps, but usually I just kind of like breeze by it a little bit more lazily because it's been fine to do it this way, but like it could potentially be a problem. This is very convoluted, but just to like review the heights and weights, I have to like check every little thing, and it's very tedious. There's got to be a way to summarize it, but I haven't found that way. But what I'm doing that's maybe cutting a slight corner is you can see their current height and weight right away when you enter their electronic chart, but it doesn't say when those things were obtained. So technically you should be going in and like double checking all of that, but very seldomly does the like monthly weight thing not get done and recorded correctly. So I'm kind of working under the assumption that it is always the correct date, but I shouldn't always do that. And there's been like a time or two where it's been questionable and I did look to dig further, but it's almost always fine. It's almost always, at least I hope so. At least I hope so. Yeah, so after that, once I go in, I'm like updating this report summary that's kind of a snapshot of all of the current patients with their weight upon admission, their weight last month, and then their current weight. And then it calculates their BMI and it calculates their percentage change from last month and from admission. So that's kind of the snapshot thing. And then you go down and review each patient. And that part is also tedious because you're pulling from the report and you're making new reports, but for each individual person, and you're like, I don't know. Anyway, it's a whole thing. But I thought I was just going to do that snapshot thing, but I ended up like fully reviewing every single person. So that was weird. I don't know why I decided to do that. I haven't filed them yet, but I've made all of the notes and printed them out and everything. And there were actually a few weight situations that I'm concerned about. That's not usually the case. Usually there's no problem, but I'm almost suspicious of the scale. Like, I don't think I trust the scale because there were just so many weird things this time. So many weird things. There was also like somebody who admitted like 2 or 3 days ago that allegedly has lost like 20 pounds in like 2 or 3 days. Like, don't think so. And then there was somebody that allegedly gained like 7 pounds in a few days. I'm like, I just don't know about all that. So anyway, I don't know about the scale this time around, but I'm gonna review further in the future. I also was supposed to meet with HR and get like my background check reviewed and redo like fingerprinting or something like that, but it ended up not working out. I stopped by her office and she thought she was going to be free and she wasn't free, so we just pushed it off till next week. Not like there's anything in my background, so like it'll be fine. What else? Oh, I don't know, I just had so much like patient stuff going on that I didn't get to like follow up on my kitchen things, but I did see maintenance staff in the kitchen while I was there, so that's a good sign that something was happening, hopefully. I don't know, I'll have to follow up on that next week. There's also somebody that I need to meet with soon about like so many things. We will talk about that when it actually happens, but like there's just like so many little things that I want to make sure everyone's on the same board. Okay, like I want to make sure we're on the same page. We all know what's going on. Like I have so many questions, like why are these things the way they are? And I found the person to ask some of these things, and we are going to be setting up a meeting, but we haven't set it up yet. So before I left, I shot her an email and I'm like, hey, when do you want to do that? Because I want to do it. Oh, you saw my lunch. It was fire, dude. I was like, I think this sometimes is always. It feels like pretty often my migraine attack symptoms get timed perfectly so that I'm starting to feel better as I'm eating a meal. And it makes that meal extra delightful and wonderful. And lunch today was a great example of that, where I was like, I still do currently have some migraine symptoms, but it's pretty like low. It's not like a big thing right now. Like I'm probably gonna be fine for the rest of the day and not really be impacted to any degree. It's just like if I sit here and like am introspecting, because I'm gonna be introverting tonight, don't get me wrong, but if I'm introspect, I can tell like there's discomfort and stuff, and I've been super foggy actually all day, but it's gotten better throughout the day, but I'm still foggy, that kind of stuff. But around lunchtime I heard they were having chicken nuggets and I was like, okay, that sounds pretty good. I like some chicken nuggets. And then I was asked like, do you want the vegetarian or the chicken one? Because I used to be vegan. I followed a vegan diet for like 5 years, so I'm like very much experienced in eating the faux meats and stuff like that, and I enjoy them. And also I think it's good to experience that, because what I'm essentially doing is having a test tray. I've been trying to, it's not been formalized, but at least once a week that I'm visiting, I want to have the meal that they're providing, just so I can like document my experience and see if there's any opportunities for improvement and if I want to update the menu for some sort of reason. So sometimes I think it's good to make sure that I am having even the like entree that I wouldn't typically pick. So I actually asked for half and half. I'm like, give me some chicken nuggets, give me some veggie chicken nuggets. And you saw she gave me so much food, which I felt a little bit bad because I heard one of the nurses was like, oh, that ate like much earlier than me. They're like, she only gave me like 4 French fries. And I'm like, okay. But you saw those were like waffle fries, so honestly I didn't get a ton of fries either. Somebody's walking like right by my car. What am I doing? Am I really, I feel like I'm sweating and I feel like I'm getting extra greasy right now. Oh yeah. So the French fries, I may have not gotten significantly more than 4, but I just remember someone complaining, but I got like so much food, and I think I got like full serving size, if not more, of both of the entree options. That's also because I wait for my test tray things, and whenever I want to have some of the meal or whatever, I wait till literally everyone has been served. So there must have been like a lot left of the food items, so it was essentially going to go to waste anyway. So I got a lot of food. And it was fire. And like while I started eating the vegetables, and I couldn't stop eating the vegetables, and I'm like starting to feel less symptomatic, and I'm like feeling joy for the first time all day. No, I'm being a little dramatic, but like, I don't know, it just really hit. Like the veggies really hit. And then all of the food was good. The fries were good. The chicken nuggets were excellent. The veggie chicken nuggets, I felt like were a little dry, but like all things considered were good. And like I'm dipping it in ranch anyway, so it's like a little dryness is okay. I'm reducing that dryness. So yeah, that was really exciting. I wish they had a dessert. Apparently they had ice cream sandwiches for dinner today. I probably could have stole one, but I'm not here for the dinner. And I can have dessert at home. Dessert at home? Games on your phone? Okay. I should go home. I'm gonna get caught though. I'm really sad because it's too late in the evening and I left the dog to free roam the house. I'm supposed to close her in the bedroom, but I think she's a good girl and she should be allowed to do whatever she wants. So I like to leave her to free roam, but I try to do it when I know I'm gonna get home first. But I don't think I'm getting home first today. So I'm gonna be getting a text here in a couple of minutes asking why the dog is in like the living room. She was having such a good time sitting on the couch this morning. You saw her. You saw her. She was so cute. I had to let her stay there. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to building number 2 unless I log on. I'm gonna like get home, eat some dinner. Well, I'm not sure the order of events. I'm probably gonna walk the dog first, eat some dinner, and then log in to the electronic record. And I think we'll chat again then. We'll chat to see what comes of all of that. Okay. Kyla. Hi, good girl. Okay, I was gonna show you. Here's the vibes right now. I am charting. I'm doing my remote charting. I finished my dinner, which was leftovers. And oh, I forgot it does this when we pause it, but I am watching the new season of You. I'm just in the 2nd episode here, because I've been working. Have I been working for an hour already? What's happening? I hope that didn't mess up the audio. I started getting a phone call, but it was spam. I've been getting so many spam messages lately. It's making me insane. But yeah, I've been working for, I guess, about an hour, and I am charting, and there were so many new admissions. So yikes. So we're gonna have an extra special visit to this hospital on Monday. But I'm trying to be very thorough with my assessments. What the heck? I think I must be getting a voicemail or something. But yeah, so my leftovers for dinner, it wasn't very substantial, so I kind of already know that I'm gonna be hungry later. Kind of already know, but I'm trying to think. Maybe I should be responsible. What would be something nutritious to eat? I do have some Greek yogurt that I usually have for lunch, but I didn't have any at lunch today since I had the work lunch. And I have, you know, just normal Greek yogurt, like flavored ones, or I could do a dessert-esque one, because I have a few of those. I know I have some like that have caramel on the bottom. I have some that are like those flip cups where like there's little toppings in one corner that you flip into it. I have cookie dough and I think some sort of cheesecake, like raspberry cheesecake, strawberry cheesecake, something like that. So that's probably gonna be my first thing that I turn to go eat, because that's at least got some like healthy fat and protein to help me feel satisfied. But after that, I can't be held responsible. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. I think it should tide me over. Anywho, I also had a fluffernutter. I think that's what it's called, that I didn't eat for lunch. So that could be another more substantial with like some healthy fats and everything, and some fiber in the bread and all of that. And then some delicious sugar in the marshmallow fluff. So it's a peanut butter and marshmallow fluff sandwich. Yeah. Okay, I don't know. I'll keep you posted if there's anything to keep posted. I gotta get back to work. Nobody wants to work anymore. I'm actually a little bit frustrated. Not frustrated, that's not really the right word for it. But I have, oh, golly gee, let me count how many I have to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my gosh. 11, 12. So there's 12 total. I've entered 1 note. I'm on my 2nd. So after this, there's 10 to go. Not all of them are due to be assessed right now, but I'm just gonna make sure I put in a review note for every single person, even though there's a few that were admitted yesterday/today. And for some reason, this particular charting system is a little glitchy and it won't let me in someone's chart if they admit that day. So I potentially won't be able to cover all 12. 12 is insane. There were literally 4 people earlier this week. Like, what? But anyway, this is the highest patient load I've seen in a minute. So anyway, I've only looked at 1 person that admitted since my last visit, but has been there several times before. So I'm very familiar with that particular patient. They've gotten my education and everything before. And now I'm on somebody that I'm following up, because their like timeline is due for a follow-up. But I've already met with them several times, given them education before. But I don't know the status of all of these new people, so I'm hoping that they
don't have a ton nutritionally going on. And if they do, let's see what's going on here. Yeah, I mean, it'll be good to know what I'm walking into on Monday morning, because typically we don't see discharges for my inpatient psychiatric hospital. Well, at least for this one. I don't know that it's really the same at the other one I was at today, but I feel like this hospital doesn't typically discharge their patients over the weekend. Sometimes they will, but typically they don't. So these people should still all be there on Monday. Yeah. Okay. Again, like I said, I'll check in later if I remember. I don't know what I'm doing. I need to turn a light on. There she is. It's a light. Let's light this candle. I just had to bring her in because she was laying out there and she was being good, but then there were some people walking by just doing their evening walk, and she just got a little too excited. She actually was acting totally fine until I opened the door to check on her, and then she acted like that. She acted like a crazy dog, and ever since then she's like, you know, she is fighting the injustice of this imprisonment in this house. It's really something, Kyla. It's really, truly something. Yeah, I just finished working. I ended up working for about 2.5 hours. Oh, I didn't expect that to be so much work. I think I charted on all except for one new person. I couldn't open their chart. I think there was one follow-up that wasn't due until like middle of next week. What are you doing? I forget. I think that's about it. Yeah, but I sent out that report summary. There wasn't a lot I was overly concerned with. There were a couple of people that were on special diets, so they probably would benefit from some nutrition education to, you know, know how to eat for the conditions of which they're prescribed special diets. Did that make sense out loud? I don't know. It was funny. There were a couple that were reporting unintentional weight changes before they admitted, which is one of the like main risk potential triggers that I might see someone for. However, I feel like, I don't know if they're just like genuinely unsure of what's going on with their weight, or if they're like trying to exaggerate a little bit, but like, I don't know if they know. I can literally see their recorded weight history. Like, someone said that they gained 60 pounds in the last couple months, and I was like, oh gosh, golly gee, let me check into that. And I looked, and they've been like within the same 5 pounds for as long as we have recorded history on them, which is about the same time period that they were reporting having a 60-pound weight change. So I'm like, huh? So anyway, oh goodness. Was I not paying enough attention to you? Oh, she got her homemade dinner when I was having my leftover dinner. She gets homemade dinner every night, so that's nothing special. Are you trying to take me somewhere? I don't think I had anything else to say. I think I'm gonna chill. I have on my Kindle, I am finishing up the last book in a series, and my Kindle says that there's 2.5 hours left on the book, which feels like it's a bit too long. Like, I feel like it keeps predicting way longer times than what the pace of feel like I'm reading this book actually at. You know, I don't know if that makes any sense, but I just feel like whenever I started the book, it's like, oh, it's gonna take you 1 trillion hours. And I know it adjusts as you read it, but like, I just feel the pace I'm reading the book is not matching what it's telling me I'm reading. I don't know. What? So, yeah, I may finish that tonight, but I also may just kind of watch TV. I'm on episode 3. I'm like in the middle of episode 3 of You right now. I don't know how many episodes are in this season, but yeah, I've got to fight with this child, with this rambunctious scamp. She's trying to fight me right now. Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna chill. I think it's time for my yogurt snack. Ooh, let me show you what I end up picking for my yogurt snack. And then once I pick something, I'll let her out. Yes. Okay, so I've been really obsessed with these, but this is like my plain flavored yogurt. I'm thinking, are you for real? Oh my gosh, don't look at all those dishes I need to clean. I usually don't have like any dishes on backup, but like right now I have to clean all those dishes because I've been lazy this evening. I'm thinking maybe cookie dough, potentially. However, another contender is this. She is really trying. I don't know which one sounds better right now. The caramel sundae or the cookie dough flip cup? I think I'm gonna go caramel. Yeah, I think so. This is the one. Okay, so I have my snacky. I'm gonna clean these dishes, finish this episode, let that girly out. She said, catch me outside, how about that? And I will see you next time, probably not until Monday. Toodles. Just had to show you I did in fact do the dishes. I even have gotten rid of all of the dishes that were drying and I washed what I needed to, and we're starting the dishwasher, and this is like the drying rack, which is why we have this thing just like resting up there. But once I finish my yogurt, I'm gonna put the spoon in here and run the dishes. So yay, I'm not a slob, I swear. Not a slob.